Thank you for joining us. I'm Yoon Min. We start today at the Constitutional Court, where the fifth hearing of the impeachment trial against President Yoon began this afternoon. For more, our correspondent Oh Soo-young is standing by live. Soo-young, today's hearings is still ongoing, and it includes a lineup of key witnesses, and eyes are now on what they said.
Good evening, Chongmin. Yes, indeed, the fifth impeachment trial hearing for President Yoon, it began at around 2 p.m. today with the president in attendance and three testimonies at 90 minutes each. Now, the three witnesses who were called in by the court today, they include figures who were involved in the execution of martial law on December 3rd. And based on their previous statements, the focus of the questions today is very much on whether they were ordered to first break into the National Assembly, prevent a parliamentary vote to revoke martial law, and also to arrest key political figures. Now, first up was Lee Jin-woo, former commander of the military's Capital Defense Command, who is currently under arrest. Lee has reportedly said he would receive phone calls from Yoon to enter the National Assembly by force, firing weapons if necessary, and drag out legislators to stop them from overturning martial law. However, when he showed up at the court today, he denied that he'd been ordered by Yoon to arrest lawmakers. He also said he was not ordered by former Defense Minister Kim Yong-yeon to enter the Assembly building and prevent a vote to lift martial law. He refused to confirm or answer most questions posed by the National Assembly side about whether he had received calls or orders from President Yoon, despite the record showing investigation records showing that he stated Yoon called him 3 times. Former Chief of the Defense Counterintelligence Command Yo In-young also testified while under arrest. He reportedly received orders to arrest and detain key figures, including opposition leader Lee Jae-myung and former ruling party leader Han Do-won. But he avoided answering key questions at the questioning today, citing his ongoing legal case. The questioning of former Deputy Director of the National Intelligence Service, Hong Jang-won, also began. He reiterated what he'd previously stated at the National Assembly, saying that he'd been ordered to, quote, clear out completely, but wasn't sure who or what the target was.
It seems the questioning session had some twists and turns, with President Yoon commenting as well.
That's right, Chongmin. There were clear discrepancies in some cases, in some testimonies with what had been said previously in previous statements, showing the real need for the justices to verify some primary questions, which include, of course, whether President Yoon had directly issued orders on the night of the martial law decree. And as for the president, he spent most of the trial with his eyes closed. The court banned him from questioning witnesses today, so he was unable to address his former officials himself, as he did with the former defense minister. But when given the chance to speak, Yoon showed cynicism with the questioning, emphasizing that, quote, nothing had actually happened, and that discussing whether instructions were given or received seemed rather pointless to him.
이번 그 사건을 보면은 실제 아무런 일도 일어나지 않았는데 뭐 지시를 했니, 지시를 받았니, 뭐 이런 얘기들이 마치 그 어떤 호수 위에 떠 있는 달그림자 같은 거를 쫓아가는 그런 느낌을 좀 많이 받았고요.
He once again cast doubt over allegations that he'd ordered lawmakers to be dragged out of the National Assembly and for political figures to be detained. He said he'd ordered troops to be pulled out, and that soldiers deployed that evening must have misinterpreted directions from him and the defense minister.
그런 상황에서 과연 그 처음에 뭐 14명, 나중에 이제 군 철수 지시하고 계엄 해제 나고 군 철수 지시가 이루어졌는데 그게 과연 상식적으로 가능한 얘기인지.
But he also said he told the former defense minister to send troops to the National Election Commission, once again raising suspicions of election fraud as a pretext for declaring martial law. During his previous hearings, the president has denied the major allegations that he'd ordered martial law decrees to be executed that night.
Soo-young, it may be tough to tell, but when can we expect an actual verdict?
Well, for now, there are 3 more trial hearings scheduled until February 13, that's next Thursday, but it's unclear at this point whether the justices will be able to wrap up the case by then or whether they'll decide to summon more witnesses to really cross-check and verify the facts. And while the conflicting testimonies may require more witnesses to confirm whether Yoon directly issued martial law orders, also whether the decrees were unconstitutional, and whether he had pre-planned the martial law. Yoon's team has applied for at least 31 witnesses, and the court is apparently still reviewing the candidates. Also, as Yoon's representatives continue to fiercely challenge the court's proceedings, experts say that the trial could be lengthened substantially. However, most believe the ruling will be made before 2 justices retire from the bench on April 18th to avoid further procedural delays and complications.
All right, Soo-young, thanks for the coverage. That was our Oh Soo-young with the latest on the president's impeachment trial at the Constitutional Court.